Welcome to Berlin, a city where history meets creativity at every corner. From the iconic Brandenburg Gate to the remnants of the Berlin Wall, this vibrant capital is packed with stories waiting to be discovered. We'll stroll through Museum Island, admire the Reichstag's glass dome, and soak in the buzzing atmosphere of Alexanderplatz. If you're ready for a journey through one of Europe's most fascinating cities, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss an adventure. Let's explore Berlin. Welcome to Berlin's most iconic landmark, the Brandenburg Gate. Built in the 18th century, this neoclassical masterpiece is one of the most visited tourist attractions in Germany. Originally a city gate leading to Brandenburg and Der Havel, it was commissioned by King Frederick William II of Prussia and designed by Karl Gotthard Langhans. Topped with the stunning Quadriga statue by Johann Gottfried Schadow, this gate has seen it all. From Napoleon's triumph in 1806 to the brutal division of Berlin during the Cold War. For nearly 30 years, the Berlin Wall turned the Brandenburg Gate into a symbol of separation. But after its fall in 1989, it transformed into a powerful icon of freedom, unity, and peace in Europe. Located at the heart of Berlin in Pariser Platz, it connects Unter den Linden with the Tiergarten Park and the Reichstag. Whether you're into architecture, history, or Instagram-worthy spots, the Brandenburg Gate is a must-see destination when visiting Berlin. Welcome to Charlottenburg Palace, Berlin's most magnificent Baroque treasure and one of the largest palaces in Germany. Located in the heart of Charlottenburg, this historic royal residence was built in the late 1600s for Sophie Charlotte, the first Queen of Prussia. Step inside to explore lavish Baroque and Rococo interiors, the breathtaking Golden Gallery, and the iconic porcelain cabinet filled with thousands of royal artifacts. Don't miss the Amber Room's legacy and Frederick the Great's opulent state apartments in the new wing. Outside, stroll through the spectacular Charlottenburg Palace Gardens, inspired by Versailles. Discover the romantic Belvedere Tea House, the serene Royal Mausoleum, and the elegant new pavilion by Carl Friedrich Schinkel. Although heavily damaged in World War II, this Berlin landmark was beautifully restored and now draws millions of visitors each year. Visit Charlottenburg Palace, the crown jewel of Berlin tourist attractions, where Prussian history, art, and architecture come to life. Gendarmenmarkt is Berlin's most stunning and historic square. Located in the heart of Germany's capital, this architectural gem is home to three iconic landmarks: the Konzerthaus Berlin, the French Cathedral, and the German Cathedral. Originally built in 1688, the square was part of the Grand Friedrichstadt district and named after the Prussian Gendarmen Regiment once stationed here. At the center stands a statue of poet Friedrich Schiller, a symbol of Germany's rich cultural heritage. The French cathedral, built by Huguenot refugees, and the German cathedral, created for the Lutheran community, both boast stunning domes designed by Karl von Gontard in the 18th century. The Konzerthaus, designed by Carl Friedrich Schinkel in 1821, now hosts the renowned Konzerthaus Orchester Berlin. Badly damaged in World War II, the entire square has been beautifully restored. Today, it's not just a must-see for tourists, but also the magical site of one of Berlin's best Christmas markets. Right in the heart of Berlin's historic center, on the iconic Museum Island, stands a cultural giant, the Humboldt Forum. Housed in the reconstructed Berlin Palace, this world-class museum is Germany's answer to the British Museum. Inside, you'll discover breathtaking collections from Africa, Asia, Oceania, and the Americas, all part of the Ethnological Museum and Museum of Asian Art. These treasures trace their roots back to the 16th century and were once part of the legendary Prussian art chamber. With 1.7 million visitors in 2023, it's now Germany's most visited museum, and for good reason. The stunning architecture, powerful exhibitions, and panoramic rooftop views of the Berlin Cathedral, TV Tower, and Unter den Linden make it unforgettable. But it's not without controversy. Critics challenge its display of colonial artifacts like the Benin bronzes. The debate over cultural heritage and museum ethics is still raging today. So, is the Humboldt Forum Berlin's greatest museum, or is it most debated? Welcome to Kreuzberg, one of Berlin's most iconic and vibrant districts, famous for its rich history, diverse culture, and alternative lifestyle. Located in the Friedrichshain-Kreuzberg borough, Kreuzberg sits just south of Mitte and is known for its dynamic art scene and multicultural community, especially its large Turkish immigrant population. Once one of West Berlin's poorest neighborhoods during the Cold War, Kreuzberg has transformed dramatically since German reunification in 1990, becoming a hotspot for creatives, students, and entrepreneurs. Explore the scenic Landwehr Canal and the lush Victoria Park on Kreuzberg Hill, home to the famous Prussian National Monument. Kreuzberg's SO36 district pulses with punk rock history, underground music clubs like the legendary SO36 venue, and colorful street art, making it a center for Berlin's alternative culture and nightlife. The district's past is marked by industrial roots, the Cold War era, and its role as a key border area near Checkpoint Charlie. Today, Kreuzberg is a cultural melting pot where hip-hop, graffiti, and diverse communities thrive, alongside historic sites like the Jewish Museum Berlin. Annual events like the Carnival of Cultures celebrate Kreuzberg's vibrant, multicultural spirit. Whether you're drawn by its artistic vibe, historic significance, or eclectic food scene, Kreuzberg remains one of Berlin's most exciting neighborhoods to visit and explore. The Alexanderplatz is Berlin's iconic public square and transport hub, arguably the most visited destination in the city. Nestled in Berlin-Mitte, Alexanderplatz draws tourists worldwide with its landmark Fernsehturm TV tower, historic world clock, bustling shopping malls, and vibrant street life. As a starting point for Berlin tours, this central square delivers easy access to the Nikolai Quarter, Rotes Rathaus, Red City Hall, and countless cafes and department stores. Alexanderplatz's rich history dates back to its medieval origins as the site of St. George Hospital and a cattle market in the 17th century. In 1805, it was renamed after Russian Tsar Alexander I, linking it to imperial heritage. Fast forward to the 1960s, and this hub was transformed by East German planners into a pedestrian-friendly zone, with the famous Fernsehturm dominating the skyline. Today, Alexanderplatz blends history, culture, and modern shopping, from lively tram connections to trendy retail hotspots. Have you ever wondered what it was like to live in a divided city? Welcome to Berlin, once split by the infamous Berlin Wall, a concrete barrier that became the ultimate symbol of the Cold War. Built in 1961 by the Soviet Union, the Berlin Wall separated East Berlin from West Berlin for 28 long years. Guard towers, barbed wire, and the deadly death strip made escape nearly impossible. Over 100,000 tried to flee East Germany. More than 5,000 succeeded. but at least 140 tragically died trying. The wall wasn't just bricks, it was communism versus capitalism, freedom versus control, East versus West. To the Soviet-backed East, it was the anti-fascist protection rampart. To the democratic West, it was the wall of shame. Then came November 9th, 1989, a night that changed history. Crowds gathered, the wall fell, and a divided Germany was finally reunited. Today, the Berlin Wall Memorial, Checkpoint Charlie, and the iconic Brandenburg Gate serve as poignant reminders of this dramatic chapter in world history. Berlin Cathedral, or Berliner Dom, is the most iconic Protestant church in Germany and a must-see destination on Museum Island. Towering over central Berlin, this architectural masterpiece blends Renaissance and Baroque Revival styles, built between 1894 and 1905 by order of Kaiser Wilhelm II. Though commonly called a cathedral, Berlin Cathedral has never been a bishop's seat. Instead, it's the historic heart of the Evangelical Church in Berlin and the final resting place of the powerful Hohenzollern dynasty. Explore the stunning sermon church, the baptismal and matrimonial church, and the eerie Hohenzollern crypt, one of Europe's most important dynastic tombs. Destroyed during World War II and simplified under East German rule, this massive church still dominates the skyline, offering sweeping views from its dome. Whether you love history, architecture, or Berlin travel tips, this is your ultimate Berlin destination. Welcome to Berlin's most iconic landmark, the Fernsehturm, or Berlin TV Tower. Rising 368 meters into the sky, it's the tallest structure in Germany and the third tallest in the European Union. Built between 1965 and 1969 by East Germany, this tower was more than a TV transmitter. It was a bold symbol of communist power. Located right next to Alexanderplatz in Berlin Mitte, it dominates the skyline and offers a 360-degree panoramic view from its observation deck at 203 meters. Don't miss the rotating sphere restaurant. It makes a full turn every 30 minutes. With over 1 million visitors each year, the Berlin TV Tower ranks among Germany's top 10 attractions. It's not just architecture. It's Cold War history, GDR legacy, and modern Berlin pride all in one. Today, it's a global symbol of Berlin, often featured alongside the Brandenburg Gate and Reichstag. So next time you're in Berlin, don't just look up, go up. The Kurfürstendamm is Berlin's most iconic boulevard, often called the Champs-Élysées of Germany. This legendary 3.5-kilometer avenue is a bustling hotspot filled with luxury boutiques like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Prada, Gucci, Versace, Valentino, and Hermes. Kurfürstendamm isn't just for shopping. It's steeped in history, stretching from the historic Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church at Breitscheidplatz to the lush Grunewald district. Walk beneath 4 lines of majestic plane trees and explore famous landmarks such as Café Kranzler, Hotel Bristol Berlin, and the Theater am Kurfürstendamm. This vibrant street was shaped by Otto von Bismarck and once hosted Europe's largest amusement park, Luna Park. During the Golden 20s, Kudamm was Berlin's nightlife and cultural heart, later rebuilt after World War II to become West Berlin's premier shopping and entertainment district. Today, Kurfürstendamm blends luxury shopping, rich history, and vibrant culture, making it a must-see destination for visitors to Berlin. Don't miss the chance to stroll this elegant avenue, soak in its atmosphere, and experience the true spirit of Berlin's New West. Berlin Mitte is the vibrant heart and historic center of Germany's capital city. Mitte, meaning middle or center in German, is Berlin's most central borough and home to iconic landmarks like the Brandenburg Gate, Reichstag Building, and Museum Island. a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This dynamic district connects East and West Berlin, featuring world-famous spots like Alexanderplatz with its towering TV tower, Checkpoint Charlie, a symbol of Cold War history, and the bustling Potsdamer Platz, explore unter den Linden, Berlin's grand boulevard linking the Berlin Palace to the historic Brandenburg Gate, or relax in the lush Tiergarten Park, Berlin's largest green oasis. Mitte also hosts the government district, including the German Bundestag and Bellevue Palace, alongside the embassy quarter with embassies from Italy, Japan, and more. Whether you're a history buff visiting Checkpoint Charlie and the Berlin Wall remnants, an art lover admiring Museum Island's galleries, or a traveler soaking in vibrant street life, Berlin Mitte offers an unforgettable experience at the crossroads of culture, politics, and history. Don't miss this ultimate Berlin city center adventure. Welcome to Berlin's iconic Museum Island, or Museumsinsel, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Europe's most famous cultural landmarks. Nestled in the historic heart of Berlin on Spree Island, Museum Island is home to 5 world-renowned museums: the Altes Museum, Neues Museum, Alte National Gallery, Bode Museum, and the spectacular Pergamon Museum. Each museum showcases priceless collections from ancient Greek and Roman art, Egyptian antiquities, including the breathtaking Nefertiti bust, to Byzantine sculptures and 19th century masterpieces. Originally built between 1830 and 1930 under the Prussian king's vision, Museum Island reflects the evolution of museum architecture and cultural heritage. The stunning Berlin Cathedral and Lustgarten Park add to the island's historic charm. Since German reunification, the site has undergone major restorations, including the opening of the state-of-the-art James Simon Gallery Visitor Center in 2019. Nearby, the Humboldt Forum inside the reconstructed Berlin Palace presents ethnological and Asian art, while the German Historical Museum lies just across the Spree River. Museum Island is not just a must-see for art lovers, but a unique journey through human history, culture, and architecture. Don't miss exploring this gem when visiting Berlin, truly a top destination for world-class museums, unforgettable exhibits, and historic beauty. Welcome to the Berlin Olympic Stadium, one of Europe's most iconic football stadiums and a must-see destination in Germany. Built for the 1936 Summer Olympics, this legendary arena has witnessed epic sports history, from World Cup finals to UEFA Champions League showdowns. With a modern capacity of over 74,000 seats, it's the home of Hertha BSC and the grand stage for the UEFA Euro 2024 final. Step through the famous Marathon Gate, stand beneath the historic Bell Tower, and feel the energy of where Usain Bolt broke world records in 2009. Whether you're a football fanatic, history lover, or architecture enthusiast, the Olympiastadion Berlin offers an unforgettable experience. Don't miss the heart of Berlin's sports legacy, the Olympic Stadium, where history, passion, and world-class events collide. Welcome to Potsdamer Platz, the iconic heart of Berlin, Germany. Located just 1 kilometer south of the Brandenburg Gate and Reichstag, this vibrant public square and bustling traffic intersection is a must-see Berlin landmark. Once a military parade ground, Potsdamer Platz evolved into Europe's busiest traffic hub by the early 20th century. Though devastated in World War II and divided by the Berlin Wall during the Cold War, the square has risen again as a symbol of German reunification and modern urban renewal. Today, Potsdamer Platz dazzles with sleek skyscrapers, luxury shopping, world-class theaters, and a rich cultural scene at the nearby Kulturforum. Its history dates back to the 17th century, linked to the historic Potsdam Gate and the trading routes connecting Berlin to Potsdam and beyond. The area's famous transport hubs include the U-Bahn and S-Bahn stations, making it one of Berlin's main transit centers. From the Millionaire's Quarter to the birthplace of Germany's first electric streetlights by Siemens, Potsdamer Platz blends history, architecture, and vibrant nightlife. Don't miss this legendary Berlin Square, an essential stop for travelers exploring Europe's dynamic capital city. The iconic Reichstag Berlin is one of the most historic government buildings in Germany and a must-see Berlin attraction. This stunning neo-Renaissance landmark has been the seat of the German Bundestag since 1999 and is famous worldwide for its breathtaking glass Reichstag dome, designed by Norman Foster. Located on Platz der Republik near the River Spree, the Reichstag's rich history dates back to its original construction between 1884 and 1894 by architect Paul Wallet. The building witnessed pivotal moments, from the Weimar Republic Parliament to the dramatic Reichstag fire of 1933, and heavy damage during World War II. After decades of restoration and reunification, the Reichstag now symbolizes German democracy and unity. Visitors can explore the impressive dome, offering panoramic 360-degree views of Berlin's skyline and the parliamentary chamber below. Whether you're a history buff, architecture lover, or traveler exploring Berlin's top landmarks, the Reichstag building stands as a powerful testament to Germany's past and future. Don't miss this architectural gem on your next trip to Berlin. Teufelsberg is Berlin's mysterious man-made hill and one of the city's top urban exploration spots. Rising 120 meters above Berlin's Grunewald forest, Teufelsberg was built from millions of cubic meters of World War II rubble, covering an unfinished Nazi military college beneath. But what makes Teufelsberg famous is its Cold War history. Here stood the infamous Field Station Berlin, a secretive U.S. listening station used to spy on Soviet and Warsaw Pact communications. Today, the abandoned spy station's iconic radar domes are covered in vibrant street art, making Teufelsberg a magnet for photographers, graffiti artists, and history buffs alike. Visitors can hike up the hill, explore the ruins, and soak in panoramic views of Berlin's skyline. Access costs just €12 and is open daily from 10 a.m. until sunset. If you love Cold War history, Berlin's hidden gems, or unique travel destinations, Teufelsberg is a must-see. Don't miss this blend of history, mystery, and art on your next Berlin adventure. Berlin's powerful memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe, also known as the Holocaust Memorial, is the most powerful of Berlin's memorials. Located just south of the iconic Brandenburg Gate in Berlin's Mitte district, this striking monument honors the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. Designed by architect Peter Eisenman and completed in 2004, the memorial spans nearly 2 hectares, featuring 2,711 concrete slabs, or stelae, arranged in a grid pattern that creates a haunting maze. The slabs vary in height, symbolizing a disorienting experience as you walk through narrow alleys, invoking feelings of isolation and loss. Beneath the surface lies the Place of Information, an underground center with the names of millions of Holocaust victims, sourced from Israel's Yad Vashem. This site is more than a memorial, it's a solemn reminder of history's darkest chapter and a must-visit Berlin landmark. Whether you're exploring German history, Jewish heritage, or World War memorials, this monument offers a deeply moving experience that leaves visitors reflecting on the importance of remembrance. Don't miss this key historical and cultural site on your Berlin itinerary. Welcome to Berlin's Tiergarten, one of the largest and most iconic urban parks in Germany. Spanning over 210 hectares, this historic green oasis sits in the heart of Berlin's city center, perfect for nature lovers, joggers, cyclists, and culture seekers. Originally founded in 1527 as a royal hunting ground for the Elector of Brandenburg, Tiergarten evolved into a stunning public park filled with beautiful English gardens, winding pathways, lakes, and majestic monuments. Don't miss the famous Grosser Stern Square, home to the striking Victory Column, or the peaceful Bellevue Palace nestled inside the park. The Tiergarten also features remarkable memorials, like the Soviet War Memorial and the Memorial to Homosexuals Persecuted under Nazism. Just steps from Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, the park is a must-visit for tourists, exploring the Reichstag, Potsdamer Platz, and Berlin Zoo nearby. Whether you want to relax on lush lawns, explore cultural monuments, or enjoy outdoor sports, Tiergarten offers an unforgettable Berlin experience. Visit this historic, scenic urban park and discover why it's a beloved landmark and the green heart of Germany's capital city. Welcome to Berlin's iconic Victory Column, known in German as the Siegessäule, a must-see landmark and top tourist attraction in Germany's capital. Standing tall at nearly 67 meters, this historic monument celebrates Prussia's victories in the Second Schleswig War, the Austro-Prussian War, and the Franco-Prussian War. Designed by Heinrich Strack and crowned with the stunning golden statue of Victoria, the Roman goddess of victory, this Goldelse shines brilliantly atop the Grosser Stern roundabout in Berlin's Tiergarten Park. The Victory Column's base features impressive red Swedish granite and intricate bronze reliefs depicting historic battles, while its viewing platform offers breathtaking panoramic views over Berlin's skyline, perfect for visitors and photographers alike. Relocated by the Nazis in 1939 from Königsplatz, the column survived World War II largely intact, symbolizing Berlin's resilience. Famous worldwide, the Victory Column has appeared in films like Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire and music videos, including U2's Stay, Far Away So Close. It also plays a key role in Berlin's vibrant cultural events, including the annual Pride Parade. Whether you're a history buff, traveler, or culture lover, the Siegessäule is an unforgettable Berlin landmark you can't miss. Welcome to the Berlin Zoological Garden, Germany's oldest and most famous zoo, opened in 1844 and spanning 35 hectares in the heart of Berlin's Tiergarten, home to over 20,000 animals representing around 1,380 species. It's one of the world's most diverse zoos and the most visited zoo in Europe, attracting millions of visitors every year. Explore iconic animals like Knut the polar bear, Bao Bao the giant panda, and Fatu, the oldest living gorilla in captivity. The zoo's extensive conservation efforts include breeding programs for endangered species and collaborations with global research institutes. Step inside the historic Elephant Gate or Lion Gate and discover fascinating exhibits, from majestic great apes and rare big cats to the aquarium's vast collection of reptiles, amphibians, and aquatic life. The Berlin Zoo is a pioneer in creating natural habitats and is easily accessible by Berlin's U-Bahn and S-Bahn trains. With its rich history of surviving World War II destruction and a commitment to wildlife preservation, the Berlin Zoological Garden remains a top destination for animal lovers, researchers, and tourists worldwide. Don't miss the chance to experience one of Europe's best zoos right here in Berlin.